Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first of two flights this morning. Happy Veterans Day. We are going to be taking off here momentarily. Well, we're going to start it up, taxi out, and take off here in a moment in the F-15C from Lakenheath. I'm not sure if it's Lakenheath or Lakenheath. A Royal Air Force base shared with the United States Air Force. It is the home of the only F-15 fighter wing in all of Europe, apparently. Didn't know that. So we're just going to cruise across the channel, cruise over Belgium, land here at Ramstein Airbase Base. Right there. So, should be a fairly quick flight, I believe. Shouldn't take very long to do. Good morning, Mick. So let's get in here. We'll get get the plane all going, get everything turned on, and taxi out and hit the afterburners and get airborne. I did not know. I was doing some research about Lakenheath or Lakenheath. Again, I'm not sure which way it's pronounced. I could be wrong one way or the other. It's a 50-50 shot. Anyway, the history of the Air Force, the Royal Air Force Base, and the United States Air Force goes back all the way to the 1950s. I didn't know that. So there's our plane with the. Now I had to look up the tail codes. That's another thing. Sounds good, Nick. They don't have let's see.
Lakenheath ground, veteran 237, request taxi for takeoff departing straight out.
Veteran 237 taxi to and hold short of runway 24 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 06 Alpha Bravo Charlie. Contact tower on 122.1 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 24 using taxiway Alpha cross runway 06 Alpha Bravo Charlie, veteran 237.
Okay, so now I gotta get these on. Alright, let's get the now this should fire them up. Should. Yep, I hear them spinning up now. There we go. Yep. They're coming online now. Turn the strobes on. There we go. Get the lights on. Now, let's see if I can get a pushback.
Lakenheath ground, veteran 237 requesting pushback.
There we go. We want to go to the left. I could probably just turn it to the right and steer it, but never say no to some. There we go. Left.
Lakenheath ground, veteran 237 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
Veteran 237, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
Lakenheath ground,
good
veteran
enough.
237 requesting the end of pushback.
Veteran 237 request to end pushback received.
Right. Pushback guy, get out of my way so I can taxi. Take your time. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so one of the things I learned when it was that the checklist does not necessarily get you going. So you I had to kind of tinker around in the. Oh, I didn't do the weather before I forget. We don't want live weather just yet. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so it doesn't start up, the checklist doesn't start the plane up as expected. So, yeah, that's the only thing. Alright, so we got a taxi way down yonder. So we're going to drive around Lakenheath, I guess. Yeah. Well, I think now from the aerial point of view, there are like like bunker kind of hangars or whatever for the alert aircraft. I think that they start up and they just go straight out. There's no backing up or nothing like that. So whoever's on alert, they have like a, you just fire up and you just taxi straight out. There's no mucking about. So yeah. But they don't have that as an option. I guess for security reasons or something maybe. I don't know. This is kind of a weird way we're going. But oh well. We'll enjoy the view in the meantime. Give people a chance to pop in, I guess. Wake up and smell the roses and the coffee or whatever. Whatever you're gonna smell. So the tower. Yeah, last night I flew from Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas to, what's it called? Luke Air Force Base, I think. Which I think is in either New Mexico or something. Anyway, I flew out there and it wasn't bad. I mean, this thing is a bit of a handful to fly. But I think we'll manage okay. See, the weird thing is there is like autopilot and all that in there, but you can't. It's not like what we're used to in the other aircraft that have an autopilot system. There's no way to dial in that I could find to dial in the altitude. You know, that's the only thing I don't like. But there we go. We can just ride up here for a moment. Close the you know me, I always like to turn the lights on. Yeah, there's no way to dial in the altitude. That's the only thing I didn't like, but otherwise, I mean, it's fine. We'll just get a lot of phone call or radio calls, talk about you're below your or you're above your assigned altitude, yada yada yada. It is what it is. I got a nice picture from inside the cockpit here. This is I was coming into my pattern entry for Luke Air Force Base. Now this one doesn't have the mirrors. The other one does. I think that's because you have a backseater. You got to see if your backseater's like passed out or something. But this one doesn't. No, wait. They're probably on the. Oh, they're up there. Never mind. I forgot I got the canopy open. Morning, Chris. Just in time. We're just taxiing out. We're gonna light it up here in a moment. Yeah, that crew thing, 3 things. After I watched you guys last night, Mick, I happened to see on YouTube that they were doing a launch with the you know, the Dragon space system. All right, here we are. Yeah, it was a pretty cool launch. But a lot of NASA people, so I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Alright, let's get some clearance.
Lakenheath Tower veteran 237 ready at runway 24 straight out departure.
Veteran 237 altimeter 29.9
Give him the old crusty salute.
Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 veteran 237.
There we go. There's the mirrors. Now check this out. You can see your pilot there in the mirror. Look at that. On both sides, and you can see the top of his helmet right there. I think that's the coolest thing ever. Oh, get your sleep, Chris. You don't have to apologize. Well, I shouldn't be speaking for Mick. No, if you gotta rest, you gotta rest, dude. It's not the end of the world. Alright. Here we go. Once I get it lined up here. Alright, everybody hunkered down. Here we go. Let's see. Ooh, yep, there it is. Look at that. Didn't take much to get this thing going, huh?
Veteran 237 leaving my airspace, frequency change approved.
Lakenheath Tower Veteran 237 frequency change. London Center Veteran 237 is type 2 miles south of Lakenheath, 4,200 feet. Request flight following.
Veteran 237 London Center. Squawk Tree 461.
Squawk Tree 461 Veteran 237.
Veteran 237 radar contact 3 miles southeast of Lakenheath, 8,900 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger, Veteran 237.
Veteran 237 contact approach on 123.3. Good day.
Now the other thing that I noticed too, when you when you move the throttle, it doesn't. They're not together. It's like they're separate for some reason. So I don't know why that is.
London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Going to 118.475 Veteran 237. London Center Veteran 237 12,100 feet.
Ryanair 8354 contact approach on 120.625. Good day. Veteran 237 London Center altimeter 29.902 continue as planned. 120.625 Ryanair 8354.
We'll just do like a lazy climb here. Yeah, it looks pretty sharp. Now, of course, they can't. I think there's a mod for the PC version that you could have weapons on the plane, but the base plane won't allow you to.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Won't allow it. So all we have is the additional fuel tanks.
Sunturk 1181, you are 44 miles east. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway.
I can't believe next year this aircraft will have been flying for 50 frickin' years. It's amazing. Not this particular aircraft per se, but the F-15 will be 50 years old next year. Unbelievable. Now, what some of you may not know, now Mick may know this, I don't know. See, it used to be years ago when the Army was big in Europe, well, the military presence in Germany in general was a lot larger than it is now. They would do an exercise called Reforger, which meant return of forces to Germany. And what that signified was that if the Russians, the Soviets ever invaded Germany, there would be forces basically in America that would be alerted, and they would have to go and a little too fast.
Going to 120.625 Ryanair 235.
they would have to go. They would return to Germany in defense of Western Europe. But that was like a big deal, and I would envision or kind of guess that over the years, RAF Lakenheath probably played a role in that because there's no F-15 squadrons in Germany. So this being a prominent aircraft system in the Air Force inventory for quite some time, I think that they, would play a role in that sort of exercise. Now, the Air Force also has, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, they have their version of Top Gun is called Red Flag. And actually, there was a movie that was made, and this was way before Top Gun ever came out. It was called Red Flag, and Barry Bostwick, he played one of the pilots in the movie, and it was, they were out in Nevada, I think at Nellis, but they were flying F-4s at the time, and the whole premise is he comes up with this crazy maneuver that the Air Force wants him to develop because he was able to outmaneuver somebody, and it's a very contrived, very odd movie, to be honest. Yeah, it's out there. I don't know if you could find it on the internet or not, but if you do some research, it's a bit cheesy in a way. Certainly not as popular. I don't think it would ever be as popular as Top Gun. Barry Bostwick was not quite the name that Tom Cruise is basically. He's still he'll still draw in the. I think the only thing that Barry Bostwick was really known for was playing the mayor in Spin City, the Michael J. Fox show.
Contact approach on 120.625. Good day.
We're crossing the channel now. Yeah, this distance is going to go. Before we know it, we're going to start descending into Ramstein here. I gotta get it turned to the right just a bit, very carefully, because when I was flying last night, I would just make the slightest adjustment with trying to get it going, and it would immediately, it would either it would nose over or it would go nose up. So but yeah, it's no 50 next year, Chris. 50. It was developed. The first one flew in 1972. The initial project started, I think, in 1969, but it took, I guess, the Air Force had looked at a couple different options, and then they chose the F-15, and it's been going since 1972. Yeah, big 50 next year. July next year, actually. Now, what I didn't know, so the 2-letter code there, LN, I had to look that up to see, oh, okay, that's fine, Chris. What does that signify? And that's the code for Lakenheath or Lakenheath.
Delta 15 London Center, continue
And you could look up all those tail codes will tell you where they're stationed at. Now there's 3 different versions, well 4. There's the F-15C, the D, and the E, and then there's the Israeli F-15 version when you get the plane. But there's only 2. This one, the C and the D. Now the D, there's only one tail code, and that's the one for Lakenheath. I wish somebody could tell me if I'm. There you go, Chris.
Veteran 237, contact the Amsterdam Center on 119.175. Good day.
Wow.
119.175 Veteran 237. Amsterdam Center Veteran 237 flight level 250. Veteran 237 Amsterdam Center, continue as planned.
I just think that's cool how they have that in the mirror. You could see the helmet and all that. Oh, that's interesting. Now I think there's oh.
Ryanair 1833, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
See, there's your fuel gauge is way down there. I don't know how you could read it. I'd have to be like, look, you'd have to give me like a telescope or something to see that. I'll leave those off. We'll turn those off for right now. Yeah, I don't know why the throttle isn't locked together, but it doesn't move all as one. But yeah, so there's like an autopilot, there's a nav mode and all this stuff. It doesn't, I don't think it really works as intended. But that's okay. We're just cruising along. Yeah. I didn't even know that it was that old, you know, because I was only, well, I was as tall as a redwood tree by then. when they I don't know if that's true or not. Rumor has it I'm like 300 years old. I don't know.
Contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Anyways, so yeah, we got a nice flight planned after this, and we'll wrap it up.
118.475.
Well, I think the F-14 was developed right about the same time, and the Air Force had looked at the F-14, I think, or they were no, it wasn't that they looked at it. They were worried that they were going to be forced to accept it. They didn't want it. The Navy, there's a Navy version of the F-15 that I think still exists today.
118.475 for Speedbird 431.
Yeah, a lot of these systems came about right about the same time, the F-14, the F-15, but the F-15 is the only one of the two still flying, and then, of course, they developed the F-16 as well, which still flies. Yeah, it's a pretty. I don't know how much longer they'll keep it around. I think, just like the A-10, it's lasted a lot longer than people expected it to. But with these the F-35 and some other stuff coming, there'll be more stuff, I would imagine, in the future. Yeah, it's a bit. Just a little gentle right-hander there. 1970, yeah. But I was reading the Air Force thought that they were going to get stuck with the F-14 as well, because the F-4 was being used by the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force back then. And I think they didn't want another repeat of that. Morning, Amela. I mean, not because they said that, as beautiful as the F-14 is, a lot of people's, it was a real pain in the butt to fly.
Contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Well, this has worked out quite well. It hasn't been such a... The D model last night, maybe I just needed to do that test flight just to kind of get used to how, what the F-14, retired in 06, those flew for quite a long time and reached their production cycle and all the updates and stuff that they could do, and I think pretty soon the F-18 is going to be in a similar, with the Super Hornet being the ultimate version. You had a Super Tomcat. But yeah, it's not Memorial Day, it's Veterans Day, Mamela. It's okay. A lot of people seem to forget. Well, thank you, Mila. Appreciate that. Yeah, Memorial Day is in May. Veterans Day is today. But that's okay.
Amsterdam Center KLM 1700 is passing flight level 215, descending 10,000 feet.
Well, good for you, KLM 1700.
Amsterdam Center, continue as planned.
That's okay. It's not a it's all right, Amela. It's all good. I'd have to say this plane is probably tied for, between this one and the F-14, they're both two of my very favorite military jet fighters. Modern era jet fighters, I should say. I don't know, this thing is pretty tough, to be honest. I think it's a lot tougher than people give it credit for. I think somebody was saying there's a story out there somewhere that a F-15 landed with only one wing. I don't know how they did that, but there's an A-10 landed with one engine. The other one was shot off or shot up, completely shut down. Oop, I have traffic. Oh, I almost forgot. Tomorrow, after we get done with the Spitfire flight, as an added bonus, we're going to hop back in the F-15. We're going to take off from Lakenheath, and we're going to go find the Mach loop. I've been doing some research. I just got to figure out which way to go, but we're gonna go find the Mach loop, and we're gonna buzz through there and then fly back to Lakenheath, and or maybe we'll find one of the other Air Force bases nearby, or Royal Air Force bases, whatever, and we'll land the F-15 there. But yeah, we're gonna go buzz through the Mach loop tomorrow after we fly the Spitfire first.
179er to you are 44 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 27 approach via river transition. Cleared to river. KLM 1700, you are 61 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 27 approach via river transition. Cleared to river.
Lot of videos out there. Well, there's one guy that does. So far, his videos seem to be the best of the planes flying through the Mach loop. Now, what I didn't know is aircraft that are not stationed in the UK cannot fly through the Mach loop unless they are in the UK for a joint exercise. So it's not like somebody like Typhoons from Germany can take off, buzz over the channel, hit the Mach loop, and then head back. Nope. They have to be doing a they have to be doing a exercise in conjunction with UK
Brussels Center Veteran
forces.
237 flight level 265. Veteran 237 Brussels Center continuous planned.
So we're over Belgium now. So yeah, we'll take off, and we'll try to go low and fast through the Mach loop. Should be a bit of fun. Hopefully we don't crash. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and this guy was a squadron commander for the Marine Corps when the F-35 came into service. And he said the commandant came to his Marine Corps Air Station and told all the squadron commanders that we're getting the F-35s, you better not crash any. Hey, welcome back, Chris. And then, so he's like trying to figure, okay, how am I going to make that happen? And then he said the senior officer for all of Marine Corps Aviation tells him at the same time, you're going to have to fly as much as possible. So you got to log a lot of hours in these aircraft. So here he says, on one side I'm being told don't crash any of these planes, not him personally, but he can't lose any aircraft to crashes because they were like $140 million a piece. And they were getting like 14 of them. And then he's also being told, but you got to log a ton of hours. You got to get your air crews used to these systems and all that. And he said that was a very stressful thing. But he said once I realized that I could try to mitigate all the possibility of crashes, but there's a lot of things I can't control. And all I had to do is focus on getting as many hours logged as possible.
Flight 27 is at flight level 270, descending 10,000 feet.
Orange 527 Brussels Center continuous planned. Air France 1640 contact the Amsterdam Center.
Uh-oh, it's the posh airline. It's Air France.
Good day.
I wish I knew where they were. We could chase them around in the F-15.
119.175 Air France 1640.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else listens. I listened to Jocko Willink. He's the Navy SEAL commander he does podcasting. He's written a few books on leadership and personal responsibility and stuff. I like listening to his podcast. Really, they were reviewing, and I think they've got one more or two more podcasts. They're reviewing this book about the psychology behind military incompetence. Trying to sort a new tune for the intermission, so slowly losing brain cells. Well, I kind of get what Sue was saying last night. It does have a it's a nice calming music, but you don't want it to be so calming that people fall asleep or something, or but I like what you're doing though. I think that's an interesting concept. I wish I could do the same thing, like say when we get done flying here and I need a little 10-minute break or whatever. I'd like to be able to put up a screen that says we're having a short intermission or whatever. So, and see, it wasn't until I think the first movie that I saw that had an actual intermission in it, although it wasn't in the theaters, when I watched Grand Prix with James Garner. Oh, good, Abella. Nice. Well, yeah, because I guess Paul's usually handled all that, and can't always rely on him to be there. But yeah, I like the idea of what you're trying to do. But I mean, if I guess at the end of the day, if you're happy with the music and you think it works, then stick with it. I mean, I thought it was a bit too slow, but if you feel it works, then go for it. Don't let me keep you from doing your thing. Well, this plane settled down a lot quicker than the D model did last night. Whew. I could not get that thing. It was like all over the place. So I don't know what happened, but this is working just dandy. Here's the inside here. See, all like this stuff isn't labeled, but these are all things that you gotta start up, because that's your fuel system right there. But it's not marked. Now check this out. See, I didn't know this, but you can zoom in on here. So it's got all the information here. I don't remember that being on the other one last night. But you can't change this at all. You can change the, nope, you can't change that.
Beeline 2582 Brussels center altimeter 29.92 continuous planned.
None of this stuff you can... There's a lot of stuff that you can't really tinker with, but... There's your systems there. Pretty cool stuff.
Veteran 237 traffic is 12 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 230 generic. Report them in sight.
Sure, I see him.
Traffic in sight.
Can I shoot him down?
Condor 1414 traffic is 4 o'clock, 3 miles at flight level 270.
Oh no, I'm fine, Abella.
Report
Oh,
them
absolutely,
inside.
I'm good. I'm good. I was just showing the inside, that's all.
Condor
Well,
1414
that's
traffic
fine,
inside.
Nick. I don't mind sharing, you know, like I know,
Beeline 258
you know, you'll take anything into account, you know, advice or whatever. But, you know, like I said, if you feel that that's your best, you know, situation, then, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, it's your, well, there's more traffic up there. You know, it's your channel, and I'll do whatever I can to support you and all that, so. No, Bella, I'm good. I don't have to worry about being voluntold to go walk in a parade or anything today. So no, I'm fine. Well, I woke up kind of early this morning. I always like to think the universe likes to mess with you at the odd hours of the evening or morning. And so yeah, I woke up about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and finally dozed back off and all that. So no, I'm good though. No, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be just zipping right along here. This plane is just, I don't know why last night the D model was just not, I could not get it settled down. Oh, here. Let's spin that. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that.
Lufthansa 247 Tree Heavy contact Langen Center on 118.75. Good day.
Well, everything's good. I'm
Going to 118.75 Lufthansa 247 Tree Heavy.
the way my whole health peer coach explained it to me. He said when you're woken up at 2, 3 in the morning, the universe is trying to tell you something, and a lot of people just don't listen. I'm like, well, I'm tired. Tell the universe to quit waking me up at 2 or 3 in the morning. I'd like to sleep the entire night through. Thank you very much.
Ryanair 6746 contact.
He just laughed at that.
27.6. Good day.
I told him, I said, well, if it continues, me and the universe are going to have words, and the universe isn't going to like it. All right, any moment now, we should get a little bit closer, and then I'll call in for our landing clearance there on runway 08. So we'll do our pattern entry and put this thing on the ground. Then we'll go flying in the CJ4 from Binghamton to Detroit, Wayne County Airport. No, I remember we got back from Afghanistan And I was voluntold. I don't like being voluntold. I don't mind volunteering, but when I'm voluntold and I don't have a choice, I'm not happy with it. But yeah, we did a Veterans Day parade. It was the last one I think I was in Savannah there, and there wasn't a huge turnout. I never liked the idea of me walking down a street for people to look at me. I don't feel comfortable with that. I just find that rather odd. Like I'm on display, and I don't like that. Yeah, I don't particularly care for those sorts of things. Yeah, it was, and everybody was. It was like we were all stiff as a board. Like we weren't having fun. It's like we weren't supposed to be having fun, but people were waving, and it was like, do we wave back or not? Kind of thing. And, yeah, everybody's like, yeah, it just felt kind of weird. I don't like that. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of make our way over there towards the approach thing. And then we'll get a little bit closer, and we'll call out to Ramstein for landing clearance. Yeah, I never liked that. Never felt comfortable with. I remember one time I said, well, how come I can't sit down and people walk by me? Why do I have to walk by them? I don't mind sitting on a little, lounge chair, and they can just come up and shake my hand and thank me. That's not how it works. Well, how come it doesn't work that way? Hello, Joseph. How are you? Long time no see. Mr. Addies is in the house. Whoop, whoop. Nice to see you here, Joseph. Thanks for coming in. Stick around. We're going to land this bad boy here in a moment. The F-15 Charlie model. I'm doing okay, Joseph. Glad to see you here. Long time no see. Yeah, look, everybody check to see how you're doing. Quite the surprise. Well, happy to see you here, man. You got here just in time. We're about to land this thing. Not that we've been going super fast, but we're going to be landing here in Ramstein here in a moment. Okay, I think I can... Retard. Where is it? I know it's been updating as we get closer.
Tower veteran.
Nope, that's... Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Doggone it.
Veteran 237 Tower. Altimeter 2
it updated on... Doggone it.
Left traffic, runway 24.
No.
Enter left traffic runway 24 veteran 237.
No.
Tower veteran 237 cancel landing intention.
Veteran 237, your cancellation is received.
Center veteran 237 is type 2 miles southwest of Spangdahlem flight level 270. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Wow. I've never heard of that before.
Veteran 237 Center.
Oh, you got a
Squawk
new
Tree
phone. Nice.
704.
Alright, I gotta find...
Squawk Tree 704 Veteran 237.
Veteran 237 radar contact 3 miles south of Spangdahlem, flight level 270.
Spangdahlem.
Cleared
Wow.
to the Charlie airspace.
That's a heck of a name.
Maintain on navigation.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing this
Cleared
entire
through the Charlie
time.
airspace Veteran 237.
Thank you, Frankfurt 1. Alright, where is... Why am I not seeing... It should be on the list by now. How come I'm not seeing it on my list? Should be like right here somewhere. Ah! Doggone it.
Han Tower Veteran
Oh my
237
God.
is 15 miles southwest
That's
flight
twice
level
now.
270 with Sierra to land.
Christ.
Veteran 237 Hunt Tower. Altimeter 29.9 2 and 267 at 3. Make left traffic runway 21.
Fly left traffic runway 21 Veteran 237. Han Tower Veteran 237 cancel landing intention.
Veteran 237, your cancellation is received.
Why am I not seeing...
Center Veteran 237 is type 6 miles southeast of Echo Delta Romeo Delta, flight level 265. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Veteran 237 Center. Squawk 0437. Honzolene Tree 9er, 4UR 16 miles east of Luxembourg. Contact Luxembourg Tower on 118.105 when inbound.
Squawk 0437 Veteran 237.
Yeah, I'm doing...
Veteran 237 radar
Sorry for
contact
the-
9er, miles northwest of Echo Delta Romeo Hotel flight level 245. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Tower on 118.105 Honzolene Tree 9 or 4.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace Veteran 237.
Okay, let's see if we can see it now. It should be like right here on this page. We're close to it. Okay. Maybe as we get closer to this approach, we'll...
Veteran 237, contact approach on 129.675. Good day.
129.675 Veteran 237. Approach Veteran 237 15,500 feet.
Veteran 237, approach altimeter 29.9 to continue as planned.
There it is.
Ramstein Tower Veteran 237 13 miles west 15,100.
Finally.
Veteran 237 Ramstein Tower. Altimeter.
Oh, wow.
2 wind 267 at tree. Make straight in runway 08.
Make straight in runway 08 Veteran 237.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna have to lose a lot of altitude first. All right, well, here we go. I think that's just the coolest thing. Look at that. All right. Now we should start slowing down even more here, now that we got the flaps down. Something's beeping. I don't know what it is, Amela, but yeah, I don't know how I can silence it, to be honest.
Veteran 2 tree, 7 wind 267 a tree. Cleared to land runway 08.
Cleared to land runway 08, veteran 237.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but... I don't know if it's like a warning thing, or I'm not sure. It almost sounds like a transponder code or something. Could be my secret microwave. Yeah, your morning beef patties are done in the microwave. They're warmed up for you to eat. Oh boy. Go. Oh, it's like I can't keep the nose up enough to keep the... I don't want the speed to go too fast. Just wanted to try to bleed the speed off with the nose up, you know. Go. Well, welcome to Ramstein, everybody, on behalf of the United States Air Force.
Veteran 2 tree, 7 exit, runway when able.
Wow, what is that? Alright, where's my... Okay, there's our parking spot, so we gotta... Watch this. Watch what I'm going to do now. Get some air in the cockpit, huh? Oh, thank you, Mella. It wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. Could have been better.
Veteran 237, turn next taxiway.
Yeah, I'll turn when I get there. Please and thank you. I promise you. Now, there is a speed brake on this plane. There's like a flap in the somewhere. I know it exists.
Contact ground on 121.775.
Going to 121.775, veteran 237.
Parking, please. Gates.
Ground veteran 237, request taxi to parking.
Oh, yeah, they do have gates, kind of.
Taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha cross runway 09 Alpha.
Sort your microwave out.
Taxiing to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha cross runway 09er Alpha veteran 237.
Well, it took a little bit longer than I expected, but that wasn't too bad. This thing settled down a lot easier than I thought it would. I don't know about you two. Oh boy. Alright, we'll park this, then we'll go hop in the CJ4 and we'll do one more flight and wrap it up. Thank you all for coming in today. We're going to cut the corners here. Take forever if I follow that whole line around and everything. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys got going tonight there, Mick. I don't know if you guys are going to do the ranting or if you're going to maybe do some F1. You haven't been in the trains in a while either. Now I have to admit, the other when I was flying last few days ago, what I notice is I don't think the pilots necessarily follow the 15 knot limit taxiing. Like it seemed like we were going faster than 15 knots when we were taxiing out to the runways. I don't know if it's just because they're worried about, they don't want to, if they can get there, they could be number one for takeoff, and they just want to get out of there. Or, I'm not sure what it is, but alright, let's turn the lights off. Let's see. E. There we go. Alright. At the same time. Alright, Mick. Alright, let's go. Oh, 52 minutes flying. That's not too bad. Alright, let's go do this. Trucks, Mick, or are you leaving the trucks in bed tonight? I think they're still trying to decide. Sounds like Chris. Alright, there we go. Well, you know what? We'll look a little fancy today. All right. KBGM. And we are departing from runway 28. Right there. And we are going to KDTW. Right there. And we are landing on 27 left. Which I think, yep, that's it right there. IFR flight. And we want ILS 27 left. There we go. All right, let's get in here and get this going. Crash on most games in Miller. That's true. That's true. Oh, I got 5 viewers over on Twitch. Well, thank you all for coming in. Greatly appreciate it. This is our second flight of today. So we will be airborne shortly. Oh, that's right. I wasn't going to turn off the weather this time. Ooh, I forgot about that. We're going to leave the weather on. Let's see. Where is my... the 3027. Okay. There it is, right there. Okay, and we don't need the warning lights on. We do need that and that on. Okay. It was 10,000, I think. Climb and maintain. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. I think we are ready. All right. Yep, got the brakes off, the whole shebang. Let's go. Adios, Binghamton. Away we go.
Veteran 237, contact Binghamton departure on 127.55. Good day.
127.55 for veteran 237. Binghamton departure veteran 237 is at 2,600 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Veteran 237 Binghamton, departure altimeter tree 0.2 continue to Dombey as planned.
And away we go. There's Endwell. Union. There's the Susquehanna River, the main one right through here. That's the Susquehanna. I'm not sure which the one is over there. Ooh, wow, look at this, coming through the clouds. Well, now that Mick's here, Mick was the first one in, so Mick is my co-pilot on today's flight.
New York Center on 133.35. Good day.
133.35 veteran 237. New York Center veteran 237 is at 8,900 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Veteran 237 New York Center altimeter 30.23 continue to Domby as planned. Veteran 237 climb and maintain 16,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet, veteran 237.
Veteran 237 contact Binghamton departure on 127.55. Good day.
127.55 veteran 237. Binghamton departure veteran 237 is passing 9,900 feet, climbing 16,000 feet.
Veteran 237 Binghamton departure altimeter 30.23 continue to Domby as planned.
3023, okay. Gotta change that then.
Veteran 237 contact New York Center on 133.35. Good day.
133.35 for veteran 237. New York Center veteran 237 is at 10,500 feet, climbing 16,000 feet.
Veteran 237 New York Center altimeter 30.23 continue to Domby as planned.
All right. Now I can't say for certain this is the route that I follow, or this is the route that we took when we went to Detroit last week. But we are flying over I think Lake Michigan, so it's the closest I think I can get to the route. Hello, Fly with Captain X. Welcome. Thank you for popping in. Oh, it is windy. Alright. I need to step.
Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, veteran 237.
New York Center up 2061 is at flight level 335, descending 10,000 feet. UPS 2061 New York Center, continue as planned.
I think that was about 28,000, might have been about as high as we went flying out there. I'll be right back.
Alaska 469er, contact Cleveland Center on 125.875. Good day.
Alright, I'm back. Still going to 28,000. Alright, so tomorrow, just a quick update while we're zipping along here, heading for 28,000 feet. We will be in the Spitfire tomorrow. We are going. No, tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow, Friday, we are back in the A320 going from San Francisco to Salt Lake City.
Traffic is 11 o'clock, 4 miles at flight level 320 generic. Report them inside.
And we will be flying in live weather for that as well. Whatever weather there is. Yeah, I think it is, Mick. So yeah, we're doing that. And then Saturday is Spitfire from Lanham?
American 76, contact New York Center on 123.625. Good day.
Airbase, and then we're going to a lot of traffic. Sherburne in Elmet. So I think we're gonna land on a nice grass field, I think. And then Sunday, flying tour of Egypt. Monday, we are in the Cessna 208. On Saturday or Sunday's flight, we'll do the we'll go in the 152. Monday, Cessna 208 Bravo. We're going from Honiara to Segi in the Solomon Islands. And then Tuesday, we are going to continue our flight. We're going to take off from Detroit and head to Birmingham in the A320 live weather. So there we are. It's not always going to be sunny in Philadelphia. Kidding. I don't think it is always sunny in Philadelphia, though. So yeah, we got some good stuff planned coming up. So Elmira Corning Regional. Now Corning, if you don't know, Corning is where Corning glass that comes from. You can actually go to the Corning Glass Museum and learned about the history of glass making. I went there one time, and they actually have, you can watch them. They have a glass making demonstration. They blow the glass. They show you how glass was made ages ago. It's a really cool experience. If you ever get out to New York, do try to get to that museum. It's absolutely amazing. Ooh, look at those clouds.
127.475 Delta 354.
I didn't realize the speed had dropped so much. Wow, look at that! Look at that mess right there. Dang! I hope we fly through it. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Yeah, if you ever get out, dude, if you can't, go see the Corning Museum. It's well worth it. I think we'll start to speed up once we level off here at flight level 280. Boy, it's bumpy up here even. Usually by now we've gotten into some clean air, but ooh, this is gonna be fun. You know what this means, folks. We're gonna have some wind on the runway when we land. We're gonna be coming in at a weird angle. Watch.
Veteran 237 climb and maintain flight level 340.
I can do that.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Veteran 237.
Boy, it is really bumpy, very windy all around. Like normally I would think by now we would have gotten into some clean air. Mixed lattes all over the place now. He's gonna have to get his uniform dry clean when we get to Detroit. Send the build to Amela. Oh boy. I almost forgot that I promised we weren't going to change the weather. Good thing I remembered.
Endeavor 4683 contact New York Center on 124.9er.
Almost at 34. I honestly don't think we got above 30,000. It's in a flash safer to use a straw. I like it, Vic. That's a good way to look at it. I'd still send the bill to Amela, though.
Cleveland Center on 125 decimal.
125.875 for veteran 237.
Alright, there we go. Now we're...
Contact Cleveland Center on 125.875.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. I think we just lost ATC. It had that robot sounding voice. Doggone it. Oh. Oh, man. Yep. I think we just lost ATC. Well, we'll see what happens. Yep. ATC just went on the fritz. Somebody's talking, but I don't hear it now. Well, that's going to make things interesting. Well, as long as I think my co-pilot would still acknowledge the transmissions if we were told to do something like climb or descend, so I think we'll be okay. Oh, at least we got some nice puffy clouds to fly through. Ooh, it is bumpy up here. Look at this. Man. This is going to be fun. Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow. Back in the A320. Live weather going to Salt Lake City, Utah. Oh, that's gonna be a... We're gonna have to advance the time a little bit. Add a few more hours so that when we get into Salt Lake City, Euro Truck Simulator tonight. All right, good deal. I will be there for that. Truckin'. Do 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 do. Truckin', truckin'. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a good flight tomorrow. We'll do the pushback and the whole shebang. Taxi out to runway. We're gonna take off from runway 28 right. All that good stuff. Looking forward to it. This is a very cloudy flight. So yeah, we'll have a nice, we'll take off, it'll still be a little bit dark when we take off from San Francisco, but by the time we get to Salt Lake City, it should be, sun should be coming up, so I'm going to try to advance the time just enough to make it nice, nice flight. Really high clouds.
Veteran 237 have the traffic.
Oh. Wow. See? Interesting. Ooh, wow, look at that. Well, these are about 41, maybe 38,000 feet. I'm not sure who that is, but I'm guessing that's who I was supposed to see. The traffic. You know, it was funny because when I was flying back to New York the other day, there was a lot of traffic in the air, and I'm thinking, well, I wonder who, if anybody, that they had to say that they have the traffic in sight. You know, or is it just, you know, how does that work out? But oh, what? 3023. I'm going to change that one here too. Aha!
Climb and maintain flight level 340 veteran 237.
That had me at the wrong altitude. I think I checked all my stuff. this has been a doozy of a flight. We got the this is really this. That marker there, Jackie.
.125.2 for veteran 237. Cleveland Center veteran 237 flight level 340.
Little track to the left there. There we go. Lot of cloud cover. Now I think we're coming up on Lake Michigan soon. This is one of those flights where I would not want anything to eat or drink. I'd probably tell this flight attendant to sit the hell down. What, you know, why is it? I don't know if anybody else has had this experience flying, but you ever notice that the all the turbulence and all that starts when they start the in-flight service? Anybody else notice that? Like, you know, you've gotten up to a decent altitude and it seems like it's, you know, they're like, it's going to be a smooth flight, you know, we'll be either arriving early or on time or whatever. But as soon as that cart comes out, it's like that's when the plane starts just, you know, you hit a few bumps here and there, a little jiggle here or there, whatever. Why is that? Like it's like the universe waits for that service cart to come out, and then all of a sudden you're just hitting those little pockets of bumps and all that. Not that it's like anything really major, but I feel like telling the flight attendant, just sit your ass down. You know, don't get up until we get on the ground, okay? That's why this plane's getting unsettled. You're standing up and you're serving food and drinks. The universe is aware of this. Don't test the universe. Why would you do that? It always feels like that's what happens. Yeah, just sit back and give Bella a hard time in the chat. I know you like to do that. Yeah, why is it that the plane always seems to get bumpy as soon as that cart comes out? I don't know, maybe it's that they should start from the back and work their way to first class. Maybe that's what's supposed to happen. I mean, the flight from Detroit to Binghamton the other day was, I mean, it wasn't bad. We hit a few bumps, but it was like, as soon as we took off, you know, like, or once we got to a reasonable altitude, and the flight attendant, she came out and started serving, you know, the whatever you wanted to drink, whatever they had, and then you either had cookies or crackers. I was like, this flight's a little bit bumpy. Just sit your ass down. We can, you know, but anyways, 6 lights. Well, thank you all for that. Appreciate it. All right. Well, at some point soon, I would think we're going to start our descent into Detroit. I think we'll do that. Let's see, 28. There's a lot of traffic. So that's 6,000. Okay, let's go ahead and. Oops. We don't want to increase, we want to decrease. 6,000.
Cleveland Center Veteran 237. Request flight level 280. Descend and maintain flight level 280 Veteran 237.
All right, there we go. Alright. We've begun our initial descent into Detroit. Probably a little bit earlier than we probably needed to. But because we don't have constant communication with the ATC, we're not hearing what they're saying. I feel like it's just appropriate to kind of get ahead of the curve a little bit. We'll get down to 280 and we'll stay there for a little while and just see how we...
128.275 Veteran 237. Toronto Center Veteran 237 is at flight level 320, descending flight level 280.
The only thing now is we're not getting those updated that's too funny. Yeah, I know, huh? Like one of those old classic ones with like Bela Lugosi or something like that, where you got the creepy castle and you got the wind coming off the... Yeah, absolutely. Shutters banging. You know, keeping you up late at night. Somebody didn't batten down the hatches. All right. Yeah, we'll just stay at about 280 for just a little while. See what we get after we pass this marker coming up here. Oh, we're over Lake Michigan now. Okay. Oh.
Climb and maintain flight level 280 veteran 237.
We're descending to 280. What do you mean climb and maintain? Alright, so what does that tell us, folks? There's an updated altimeter, but we don't know. Trying to get to the kitchen. So there must be an updated altimeter reading. There has to be. But without that information, we don't know how far off of our altitude we are. Let me just see something. Just out of curiosity.
Going to 135.3 veteran 237. Toronto Center veteran 237 flight level 280.
Okay, so we are at 280. Well, we're reporting at 280. Well, to some folks you still are, Chris, even though you're 30. I mean, I'm still a kid to my mom, in a way. You know, that never stops, I don't think. You're always going to be a kid to your parents, for sure. No matter how old you are. Ooh, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Did I turn off the autopilot by? Nope, it's on. Let's check all our systems here real quick. Okay. Call Mama. No. I don't really... I can't get in... I used to watch horror movies every once in a while. I can't get into them anymore because it's just... I don't know. There's just too much... what's it called? I don't know. I just don't care for them anymore, you know? I used to watch them, you know... I think the last one I watched, it was quite by accident. It was when I was in Afghanistan. We watched, God, I can't remember the name of it. It just creeped me out. Like it was just, yeah. Not like in a, you know, like in a way, it just was just, it was kind of like one of those movies that it was just, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was like, just, it was very depraved, I think is the word I'm looking for. Just, yeah, it was just, ugh. I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's part of it too, Chris. They are predictable. There's nothing is being done that is really new. I think it's all been pretty much done. You know, so yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly care for them. I mean, there's some that, you know, like the classic stuff, like the old Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. Like, I don't mind watching those once in a while because they're just kind of funny now, you know. But yeah, otherwise I just can't watch them. All right, let's go down another 7,000 feet here.
Toronto Center Veteran 237. Request flight level 210. Descend and maintain flight level 210. Keep speed not above 280 knots. Veteran 237.
Oops, I don't know why I went there.
Descend and maintain flight level 240. Veteran 237.
Oh, 240. Okay. Right. But yeah, I don't really, there's some that I wanted to watch, but I just can't. You know, like, it interests me, but then it's like, yeah, nah. Not really. So yeah, I just stay away from them. But yeah, it's gotten a lot gorier. It's like, and I think because the special effects have gotten so good now that it almost looks very real, you know. But it's the shock value, I think, has kind of worn off now. Yeah, well, because they're just rehashing the same old stuff. They're not coming up with anything new. It's like, oh, we're gonna redo this movie, and you know, it's all reboots now. It's not anything original, you know. And I get sometimes there's a reboot that, you know, like there's the classic Sabrina with Humphrey Bogart, and then there's the new one with Harrison Ford. Now, I saw the one with Harrison Ford. I didn't know that there was the old one with Humphrey Bogart. So, but there's a lot of stuff that's reboots, and that's all it is, because they can't come up with anything new. Well, that's part of it too, but I think he's just talking about movies in general. There's nothing original, really. If it's original, it's like people are like, well, you know, I don't want to see this. They'd rather see a reboot of something that was done before. You know, unfortunately, I think.
Climb and maintain flight level 240. Veteran 237.
Okay, so there must be a... We're at 240 roughly. We're within that sort of... So I think we just have to dial back just a smidge on the... Nope, that's it. Wrong one.
Going to 1 tree 2.25 Veteran 237. Cleveland Center veteran 237 flight level 240.
Alright, now we should get down. We're going to have to drop a lot of altitude.
Cleveland Center veteran 237. Request 17,000 feet. Climb and maintain flight level 240. Expect 17,000 feet veteran 237.
Okay, yeah. This system is, we're going to have to turn off the weather. We're not getting any updates. Man. Yep, I have to turn it off because I can't. Oh well. Without any of those updates, we're not getting example, we got them to watch Star Wars and got them to watch the old ones, and the youngest one says, "Is that real? All this computer stuff nowadays doesn't make it feel like it could be." Yeah. 180. Okay, let's go to 180. Well, I was really hoping we were going to get a have a nice be able to fly through the weather and everything, but yeah, like I remember seeing the original Star Wars movies when they came out in the theater, and I was, I was blown away because it looked amazing. Now, if you go back and watch them now, you're just kind of like, yeah, that looks kind of cheesy, and because there's limitations with the special effects. So, yeah, but I like something new. I don't like that there's a lot of movies now that they have to make a boatload of sequels. Because after a while, like the Fast and Furious stuff, like the first couple ones I enjoy, but after a while it was just like, yeah, no. Not my cup of tea. Well, yeah. Well, because people are worried about making stuff that somebody will say something in the movie and somebody will be offended and they gotta cancel the movie, or they can't do like the funny stuff isn't funny anymore. Well, I mean, I think there's funny stuff that's funny, but it's everybody's treading on eggshells. Walking on eggshells, whatever you want to call it. So, I don't know. I don't know why that is, but yeah, like movies like Blazing Saddles wouldn't get made nowadays. A lot of the old Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, I think. A lot of that stuff wouldn't get made nowadays. I was really hoping it would have been nice to land this thing in the weather, but without ATC giving us updates, That's something I think they got to work on, or that they're working on, is...
Descend and maintain 17,000 feet, veteran 237.
I don't know. I think once one of these days I'm gonna find all those movies on DVD and just have them in the collection, you know, so I can watch them whenever I want.
Cleveland Center, veteran 237. Request 12,000 feet. Descend and maintain 12,000 feet, veteran 237.
I don't know that that would translate well to a film, Nick. The reboot of the series wasn't half bad, to be honest. I did enjoy that. But was that Lake Michigan? I think this was Lake Michigan. Or is this Lake Michigan? I know we flew over water. I know that. Yeah, the reboot of the series was really good because, you know, I think there was more of a story there than there was in the original. The idea of that the Cylons could take human form, and they had infiltrated the Battlestar and all that. I don't know. Plus, I don't know that the people, you know, you'd have to do a reboot of the reboot. Because I don't know that the people who were involved in the remake of the show would want to do it. A lot of the people who were in the original have since passed. Lauren Green's been gone for ages, and I think, yeah, I don't know how that would be perceived. You know, you'd have the purists who wouldn't want a reboot. They were okay with the reboot of the series, but a film, I don't know that would go over very well. And I think that's where a lot of these studios run into problems. The people who remember the series, who enjoyed it, aren't ever going to be, you know, they're not going to be okay with a reboot, like, you know, what they would want to do in a film. Now, if they made it, they make it. I don't know that I would go see it, you know. But some people would, just to see what it's like. You know. Other people just wouldn't care. Alright, we're almost there, folks. I really wish we could have kept the live weather, but with the lack of ATC, I can't It just didn't seem like it was a smart idea. Alright, we'll get this wrapped up here shortly. See what our next
Going to 127.3 veteran 237.
thing.
Cleveland Center veteran 237, 12,000 feet. Cleveland Center veteran 237. Request 9,000 feet. Descend and maintain 9,000 feet veteran 237.
Yeah, I think it's Uncharted, the game that I think it was made into a film, but I could be wrong. Uncharted. Well, you had Doom that was made into that was a game that was made into a movie. Resident Evil game made into movies, although the game and the movie aren't necessarily the same, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know that video games necessarily need to be made into movies, or movies made into video games. You know, it just. But I get it. They want to get as much money. They want to milk it for as much as they can. You know, so. The more they can make. I'm surprised they haven't made a Far Cry movie yet. I know there's been a Division movie in the works for some time with Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know that it's going to get released ever. I don't know that it would make a good movie, to be honest. I don't know I'd even want to watch it. Tomb Raiders, that was a video game that was made into movies. What else? Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 27 left approach via Hay transition. Cleared to Hay veteran 237.
There we go. All right.
127.7 for veteran 237. Cleveland Center veteran 237 is passing 9,000 feet, descending 7,000 feet.
I think after we hit this marker, then we won't be able to reduce our altitude or ask for. When you're streaming, you can hear a lot more, like when you're. Oh. Huh. Interesting, Mick. I didn't notice that. I didn't know that. Well, thank you for telling me that. Hopefully it's a more interesting, makes it a little bit more interesting stream. I know a week from today we are getting the Game of the Year edition. 5 planes, including the F-18. And a couple other little things. And some updates on some airports. And yeah, should be good.
Landing
I'm going to go ahead and get some... Oop, I forgot. We have to put the landing gear down first. We're going to put the flaps down. Oh, well, they may have done some updates. I think they were working on that. And I think that's something they're continuing to work on. I'm a bit can't even talk now. I'm a bit disappointed. There has been some new aircraft released already for the PC version. Nothing major yet for the Xbox, other than what we're getting a week from today with the Game of the Year edition. Looking forward to that. I don't know when all that stuff is going to download. I'll be up early in the morning to check to see if it's available. If it is, I'll start downloading it. Hopefully it'll be done in time before we start streaming. But I think generally their stuff comes out later in the day for whatever reasons. So yeah, I don't know. What to make of that, but I'm hoping tomorrow we can fly live weather the whole way from San Francisco to Salt Lake City. Fingers crossed that will be something we can get through, no problems. If we lose ATC, then I'm just going to turn off the live weather, and we're just going to have to we'll deal with it that way. Do appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out today. Hopefully you've enjoyed it.
for veteran 237. Cleveland Center veteran 237, 7,000 feet.
Watch, you'll say climate maintained 14,000 feet. Alright, there we go. We're done with the request for changes of an altitude.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet veteran 237.
There we go.
Going to 125.15 veteran 237. Detroit Metro approach veteran 237 is at 7,000 feet, descending 6,000 feet.
This airport is pretty huge, quite honestly. It's pretty big.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, veteran 237. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet, veteran 237.
Interesting. Probably need to dial in that quickly, but all right. Let's see here. Once we get to 4,000, what our next marker is. Should get our ILS approach. Everything should light up here in just a moment. The runway should be pretty much straight ahead of us from here, I believe. Why did it go past? That's kind of odd. Went past 4,000, it didn't level off.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet, veteran 237.
Alright, 3,000 should be it, I think. I apologize for that background noise, folks. My idiotic neighbors do this at least once or twice a week, if not more. Alright, yep, there's our runway right just past our marker there.
Tower on 128.125, veteran 237. Detroit
right,
Metro
let's
Tower,
go
veteran
approach.
23710 miles east, inbound ILS runway 27 left approach. Cleared ILS runway 27 left approach, veteran 237.
Give them the crusty salute. Here we go, folks. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. What in the world is going on there? Oh my God. I can't either, Mick. I just, yeah, it's broken, pretty much. It stopped working at some point, about maybe halfway into the flight almost. So that's why I had to turn off the weather, because without those updates, I don't think I would have gotten proper, you know, altitude, you know, altimeter readings. Without that, it makes it really difficult to fly. So, yeah. I'm guessing, I bet you if I look in the forums, that's going to be, matter of fact, while we're on approach here, let's take a look here.
Cleared to land runway 27 left number for veteran 237.
I'm surprised. Usually that's something that the, if that's been a problem, that people would be talking about it in the forums. For sure. All right, here we go. Better pay attention here before we go too much longer, and then I'm not looking in. Yeah, well, that happened before. Remember, we were flying and that other plane just came zipping right through us and landed. It was like it went right through me. So I don't know what's happening. It's something's not. I don't know if the servers are overloaded today because some people are off from work and flying. I don't know. Something's not right. We should get the 500 here. And there we go.
500.
Yep.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Ooh. That was not quite the landing I was hoping for. Well, welcome to Detroit, everybody. Ooh, I didn't throttle back either. Oops, daisy. Oh, I was supposed to go. Oh my God. With that silly ass go around crap. Anyways. Man. Never fails. Oh, thanks, Mello. The tail, yeah. I didn't even throttle back. I you know, it's hard to do all this. Oh, it's like, sounds like somebody's going over. Yep. When you don't hear the stuff. So, I don't know. Oh well, what can you do? Guessing it's going to be
Detroit Metro Ground Veteran 237 taxi to the gate. Taxiing to gate Alpha 15 via taxiway Tango 5 Tango Juliet 7 Juliet Juliet 8 Veteran 237.
Ooh, gate A was, or the A side was where I pulled into when we got into Detroit. So that's where all the regional jets go into. When you get into Detroit. It's like the CRJ200 that I flew in on. We came into the this side of the airport. I wish I'd taken a screenshot because I had the gates. We're almost there, Chris. We're almost there. But if your doctor rings, it's all good. Do your thing, man. Yeah, I wish we get those regional jets here in the Xbox version, because I'd like to be able to fly that, you know, go from gate to gate. I really don't know. I'm a bit disappointed because I was hoping that we would be having a bit more, and maybe we will, but I don't know when. You know, it'd be nice, but it is what it is. Yeah, I totally forgot to throttle all the way back. Well, because I think I was trying to make sure we got over the... I think I throttled back too early, and then added throttle, and then forgot to throttle back once we crossed the threshold. See, I know better, too. We did it just fine the other day. Oh well, they can't all be perfect. So on the airport, when you are going from this side over to where the Bravo and Charlie is for the airport, there, those gates, you go under, you could take a escalator down, and then they have this long walkway that has a these cool lights behind this glass. And they play different music and all that. Now, they do say that if that bothers you, there's a button you can push to stop it. But, I mean, I think most people, you just I don't know. It was pretty cool. They had some Christmas music already playing, and I think on one side of the airport, when I flew into Detroit, there was somebody playing a piano. They're like in the kind of like the main concourse area. It was pretty cool. I'm gonna ask them to connect the jetway when we park. See what they say. Because it's weird. I watched them with the these CRJ jets. They the 200 and the 900 that I flew in. The door opens and there's a stairwell that comes down when you open the door. They have to like put the railings down in order to connect the jetway properly through the aircraft. So you're kind of walking down a slope for the jetway to get into the aircraft. I'm going to go right here on this line. Because why not? This dude just walking right in front of me. Dude, you just got sucked up into the jet engine. Oop, let's go a little bit closer, huh? There we go. Nope, it won't let you clear do anything. Alright. And then we want to shut off battery right there. Bingo. And the avionics master. Bingo. Alright, hour and 14 minutes. That's not too bad. Anyways, that is going to be it for today, folks. Greatly appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out today on Veterans Day. I do hope you have a great day. If you see a veteran, just say thank you. You don't have to say anything beyond that if you feel so compelled. If not, it's perfectly fine. Have a great day. I will see you all tomorrow. A320, San Francisco to Salt Lake City. We'll try the live weather again. Fingers crossed that it works. Anyway, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace. Live long and prosper.